Hi, and welcome to another presentation from your business tutor, learning your way, anytime, anywhere. So let's start today's presentation with a question. What is a merit good? But more importantly than that, why are public sector organisations so important to their provision? And that's what today's presentation is all about, public sector organisations. So what are we going to learn in today's presentation? Well, first of all, we're going to find out what a public sector organisation is. And after that, we're going to find out about the features of a public sector organisation. So what is a public sector organisation? Put simply, it's an organisation owned by either the government, local authority or local council. And these organisations provide essential services such as health, education, security and social care. So organisations that would be part of the public sector would include the NHS, the police, the Navy, the Army, public sector education, social care, libraries and parks. So unlike private sector organisations that charge for the goods and services they provide, public sector organisations such as the NHS, the police, the Army, they don't charge for the service they provide to the public because they believe that those services such as education, health and social care enhance society. So as a consequence, governments provide these services free of charge, but that leaves us with a really interesting question. Because if these services aren't paid for when people use them, we have to ask, how are they financed? And how they're financed is through taxation. The government taxes people's incomes, businesses' profits, in order to raise money to pay for services such as education and health. So now we know who owns public sector organisations, and we also know how they're financed. We can now turn to look at who runs and manages public sector organisations. How public sector organisations are run and managed is quite interesting. Because what we have is elected officials, such as MPs or MSPs, who oversee the activities of organisations such as the NHS and the police. But actually who runs them or manages them on a day-to-day basis are the people in those organisations, such as head teachers or chief constables in a police force or hospital managers. These are the people that manage these organisations on a day-to-day basis. And these people collectively are called civil servants. So what did we learn today? Well, first of all, we found out what a public sector organisation is. And then we went on to identify the features of public sector organisations. At the beginning, you remember that we said, what is a merit good? And more importantly, we said we were going to show how the public sector are so important to the provision of merit goods. Well, merit goods are goods which enhance society. And they would include things like education and health. If you educate the public, you keep them healthy, then that's better for society. However, the problem with merit goods is, if you had to pay for them when you used them, lots of people wouldn't be able to afford it and therefore would underconsume those products. In other words, they wouldn't be very healthy, they wouldn't be very educated. And that's bad for society. And that's where the public sector comes in. If the government realises that these goods are important for society, then they decide we're going to provide education, health, free of charge, so that everybody can access it, so everybody can get the opportunity that comes from being educated, from being healthy. Put simply, merit goods are a way of redistributing opportunity, giving everybody a chance to be successful.